Hey there YouTubers, right, so in this video we're going to look at a few things based on this here Asus Prime B660 Plus D4 motherboard. What I'm going to show you in the video is CPU compatibility as far as it is based on BIOS revision, and then also where you go to find out what memory is compatible. And then the final thing is, if you were setting this computer up for the first time and you did not have access to a CD-ROM or DVD-ROM, where would you go to get those files? All right. So if you copy this here, Asus Prime B660 Plus D4, or type it out, put it in here, hit the enter button, or click on search there. That'll bring this up, folks. And on this website, we want to click on this support. So let's first look at BIOS versions, all right? That's under driver utility, BIOS and firmware, show all. Now I do have a BIOS update video out there to show you how to update your BIOS. What we want to do, folks, is start at the very bottom here. This was the first release. A lot of you, if you just recently bought this motherboard, you may have this BIOS version on your computer. How do you find your BIOS version? Type in sysinfo. I might as well do that for you real quick. And you'll see system information pop up. And you'll see your BIOS version right there, 2804, April 15, 2020. All right. So I'm using a different computer, but that is basically how you would do that, okay? So here's the initial one, and as we read through these, we see different things have happened, different BIOS versions, prove compatibility, update this, and then boom, update micro for next generation of Intel processor. So they're getting ready for 13th gen, okay? Now that kind of describes the BIOS and your different version here, what we're looking for. When we go back over here, we're going to click on CPU memory support. CPU support, as of right now, it's only listed in 12th gen. All the 12th gens, except for potentially the i9-12900KS, which isn't shown, are compatible with the initial release, okay? When 13th gen comes around, you will see that last BIOS revision shown over here for 13th gen. And as they potentially put out more 13th gen, you might see some more updates. So that's how you figure out your BIOS compatibility. If it is listed here, you're good as long as you have the BIOS that supports it, okay? So for right now, almost all the 12th gens are supported with the initial release. For memory, different situation. Doesn't show you what BIOS revision may support it. You have to actually come in here, select, say, your vendor, or RAM speed, or the size of the RAM, and narrow this down until you see the actual RAM that you have, right? That's how you figure out whether your RAM is compatible, and this is a very important step. Potentially you could have RAM that's not listed on here that will work with your computer, but you may not be able to actually run it at its supported speed, or not supported speed, but the actual RAM speed shown. So you see this 5133 supported speed, that's as fast as this will allow. 4700, 46. And there may be other motherboards out there that support actual 4700, just not this one, okay? Now finally, folks, going back to driver and utility, if you were setting this computer up for the first time, let's say you're using, just say Windows 10, there are certain things in here you really want to get it going. I always, assuming you have your setup to the Ethernet, I always start with this one. I'll download this to a USB or whatever, install that, get it up on the Ethernet, get that working, and then I'll come back and do all of the other ones in here. Okay, chipset, audio, EVGA, maybe some of the software. I don't do the firmware. Maybe come in and do the SATA related stuff. Don't usually install their software. Um, it gets annoying as those things pop up, but those are things you would use to get this thing going. All right. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.